Police departments across the country, they're struggling to keep officers and keep up with the rise in crime. Since the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, the Defund the Police movement has made international headlines, though it seems as though the movement has been trickling down. Now, as violent crime increases, cities are reversing and actually asking for a refund the police movement. Kelsey Kernstein is here with more on all of this. Kelsey.
Well, Adrian, I spoke with a criminologist who says there's a bad stigma about officers right now. This makes it challenging to convince those officers who are already on the force to stay, and even harder to find new recruits.
A massive exodus of police officers across the United States, and very little interest in police candidates to join police academies across the U.S.
The Defund the Police movement, which emerged after the murder of George Floyd by Derek Chauvin in May of 2020, sparked outrage and protests against police use of force across the nation.
The morale is very low, and I think we've seen that morale become practice when we see that there is a very low number of individuals out there that are interested in coming back to police.
Dr. Carmen says criminologists have seen a direct relationship between cities that have reallocated police funding to increase crime rates. Those cities include Minneapolis, New York, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Portland, and Chicago, to list a few, where police departments saw major budget cuts and major crime upticks.
I would say that there is a relationship between lack of resources that a police department receives and the increasing rates of crime that we see across the U.S.
From 2019 to 2020, overall crime in New York City was at a historic low. However, shootings rose by 97% and murders up 44%. In 2021, in Minneapolis, murders, carjackings, and robberies all saw an increase. Philadelphia saw the most murders it's ever seen in 2021, 562 of them.
I think things are going to get worse before they get better.
And now, some of these cities and police departments are asking for the reversal, asking to refund the police to combat crime and to recruit and keep officers.
Atlanta police are now asking for $4 million in more funding than last year's budget. Chicago is lowering police standards to get more officers on board, and several Los Angeles mayoral candidates are campaigning for more officers on the streets. Adrian.
All right, thank you, Kelsey. Joining us this morning